You might be wondering whether your ex is still in love with you. I will answer this question in less than 30 seconds. Before I do, I want to explain you why people break up, why maybe your ex decided to break up with you. And it's not necessarily about feelings. Sometimes it's because there's something that is not working out. And usually people use that phrase or that sentence, it's not working out between us. And there's nothing to do with feelings. And the answer is 70% of the people are still in love after a breakup. 70%. So there's high probability that you're actually in that situation. I'm going to explain you today in this video what to do, the different methods. I'm going to share with you some text that you can send to your ex right now if you feel they're still in love with you. Bear with me. But before I move on, subscribe to the channel. We are a growing community. You'll be notified every time I post a video. I post videos like that every day. Comment if you have any question, if you want to share your story, I'll reply personally. And last but not least, I put together a quiz for you to know if you have any chance to get back with your ex. It takes 2 minutes to complete, not 2 seconds, 2 minutes to complete. I left a link in the first comment of the video. So, as I said, there's multiple reasons why people break up. There's no spark between us, so the loss of attraction. There's too many arguments in the relationship, and the difference in plans. So you want to live in X city and the other wants to live in another city, or things like that. The boredom, the routine, the stress, the fact that you don't share the same vision. For example, you want to have kids, but your partner doesn't want to have kids. All these kind of things where your ex might be thinking, do I project myself with that person in 5 years? And the answer is no. And as I said, 70% of the people are still in love when they leave. 70%. First case is they don't have plan in the future. They don't picture, visualize themselves with you in the future. And the reason is that they invested in that relationship. They cared for you, they loved you, but they're at the stage where they need to cut. They need to cut the loss. They see that it's not going where they want to go. And very often, they will invent a pretext. They will say, oh, you said this to my mom, or maybe, this is how you behave with my friend. And they make up a pretext because they just want to find just an excuse to break up with you. And you have to understand that this didn't happen overnight. There was a battle in their head, whether they should stay, they should leave. And every day they were assessing whether their intuition, their feelings about the breakup were correct or not. And the thing is, sometimes in that case, they may still be much in love with you. What you have to do in that case, when there's no future in their head with you, is really try to reflect. Have someone to help you have that discussion and understand what was the fundamental shift in the visions that you had. And see whether you're accepting to really make a step towards your ex. Maybe they want to live in the countryside and you're really against it. Well, do you prefer to keep and be back with your ex, or do you prefer to stay in the city? All these kind of questions, I can't answer those questions for you, but you have to really lay down everything together and see whether you are ready to be positioning yourself in that vision. And then there's a lot of techniques that I do with my clients on how you can show them that actually you could be part of that future in 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Second is the case of a third person. So I'll explain a little bit. There's a friend, someone from the family who tells them that they should break up with you. And there's a lot of reasons why they tell them to break up with you. Maybe it's because of career, maybe it's because of the studies, maybe it's because of the social level, maybe it's because of the different caste. But they're basically convincing them that if they want to have a successful career, if they want to have a great university, a great diploma, they have to move, and the result will be breaking up with you. And the thing is, in life, we're never sure of anything. And the fact that the person, your ex, is pushed in the wrong direction, you just have to basically reconnect with your ex, and the rest will follow. You just have to let them understand what's best for them. And again, there's plenty of techniques depending on the situation, depending on your ex. But there's ways for you to reconnect with your ex and let them understand that what they are choosing is not necessarily good for them. Maybe they want to go in city X because they want to study there, but would they be really motivated? Would they really learn, be engaged, enjoying their studies if you're not around? There's lots of things like that where you can definitely try to reconnect and get them back with you, because at the end of the day, they have to decide for their life, not a third person, right? So really important. And of course, there's ways to do it and ways not to do it. It depends on the case. If you want to have a chat, if you feel that you're in that situation, I left also a link if you want to have a quick chat with me. I have 15-minute calls with people from the community on a daily basis. The idea is to provide lots of tips. Sometimes just a sentence makes a huge difference, so you can have a look. I left the link in the description. The third one, so the relationship is preventing from doing something. So preventing me from seeing my friends, advancing in my career, moving to a place, have fun. So they love you, but they don't want to stay. They don't want to stay because they feel that they're not living their life at the fullest. They don't live their life as exactly what they want, what they expect, because they, as I say, can see your friends or don't have fun, or it's not exactly what they expected. The idea here, you do a proper radio silence and you create that lack, because maybe they were basically feeling that they needed to live in another city or hang out with more friends. Let them experience that and compare their new life with that life with you. And they'll quickly realize that the grass is not greener elsewhere. And what's very important with radio silence is not only no contact, is whenever they'll contact you back, they have to realize what they're losing. So whenever they compare their grass, it needs to be, your grass needs to be greener, okay? Why am I using this expression anyway? So in other words, doing that radio silence, you have to create that picture, that perfect picture, working on yourself, making sure that the things that was lacking in your relationship are not lacking anymore, that you are a better person, that you are more equipped to live with that person. And when they come to realize that in a month's time after radio silence, they reach out and they see that you have a more exciting life, that anything that was lacking, I don't know, maybe you didn't have a job and now you have a job, or maybe you didn't have a house or stable income, now you worked on it. And all these things, they're gonna realize that actually that decision initially, or that image that they had that their life would be better without you, will be completely gone, because they realize, and they have it in front of them, that they would be definitely better off with you. Again, there's plenty of techniques, plenty of ways to do that with an ex. I'll give you an example of a text, for example. A good example. I went to the Italian restaurant. It made me smile thinking about you. I hope you're well. So it's very natural, relaxed, and you tap into the good memories. The bad example is I went with Frank and Claire. They are disappointed with our breakup, but it was nice anyway. We talked about you. This is wrong because you can feel when you read that you're trying to get something from the ex. So they feel there's a bit of manipulation, there's a bit of jealousy. This is the wrong way to approach it. And again, when I talk with and work with my clients, I can tailor better text as the situation needs it. Fourth, you don't have to fix it in one day. Again, it's one of the biggest misconceptions of getting back with an ex, is to feel that because it's so violent and you really need to fix it and you still have strong feeling for them, you have to fix it right away. The mistake is it takes time for the ex. It takes time for the ex to understand the situation without you. It takes time to create that lack of being with you. They need to have this FOMO, this fear of missing out. It takes time to create the attraction. And I usually use that image of a cake. If you want to bake a cake, you follow a recipe. It tells you 30 minutes, 200 degrees Celsius. If you want to cook it in 5 minutes, it doesn't work. Even if you put the oven at 1000 degrees, it's not going to work. It takes time, so you have to respect time. And as things, sometimes there's shortcut where you can cook the cake a little bit quicker, but will it be better? No. Sometimes you do mistakes and you don't mix all the ingredients the same way and you keep it to the same temperature and same time, but it doesn't work. So there's definitely things you can adjust in the recipe. There's definitely things you can improve. But at the end of the day, to cook a cake, to bake a cake, you have to respect that it needs to cook for a certain amount of time. Okay, and it's the same for relationship. It's the same for human psychology. It takes time. Conclusion. The thing is, it always feels good to know that your ex is still in love. And this is what I want you to take away from this video. There's 70% chance that your ex is still in love. And even if you're in the 30%, actually, there's chances that they can still fall back in love if you do the right things. So enjoy that moment, enjoy that confidence, because maybe when you started to watch this video, you're not sure, and like, okay, maybe I'm watching this and I'm gonna be this compared to this. I hope it was an upbeat video. So whenever you want your ex to be back, stay calm. I know you want to take action. I know you know, okay, now I know she or he loves me, so I have to go for it. If you go back too soon, you'll see that they won't be ready. You'll hit a wall. I always use this image that sometimes we feel like we are hitting a wall and we don't know exactly what to do. Wait for the other person to contact you. Go into radio silence. Again, if you don't know exactly what to do, if you just need a little bit of help to fine-tuning your recipe, well, get in touch with me. I left a link as well in the description. I'd be more than happy to have a chat. Take care. Bye.